Hey there guys, Alex here from SPP, and today we're going to be discussing the difference between lead generation and brand awareness, and which you should be prioritizing. Let's get into it. When it comes to lead generation and marketing, many overlook the potential of brand awareness as a powerful growth strategy for their business. The battle of lead generation versus brand awareness is often won by the former. After all, growing a brand so much that you're known for it isn't an easy feat to accomplish. Those looking to generate leads shouldn't neglect the fact that growing their brand will also make their lead generation activities easier. This is especially true for cold outreach. When the recipient already knows of your brand, that's one less hurdle to overcome. Let's take a look at how lead generation and brand awareness compare, what the pros and cons are, and why you should give your attention to both. Brand awareness is the concept of how well known your brand is. There are 4 different stages of brand awareness: know awareness, recognition, recall, and top of mind. Most companies start at the first stage, and their goal is, of course, to reach the last. With that being said, even reaching the second stage is of advantage to you, as leads are going to recognize your name, but they're just not sure what to associate the name with. Your goal is to use different tactics to increase your brand awareness, for example via marketing, word of mouth, or paid advertisement. You've kickstarted a new brand and are eager to make people aware of it. But before you start throwing money at something that may not be fruitful, take a step back and think about the timing. Most companies want to get word out about their new business as quickly as possible. It makes sense. After all, you think that if people know about you, they're going to become customers. And that is true if you offer a revolutionary product or a service that doesn't exist in that form yet. For everyone else, it's not that simple. Let's assume you've launched a content agency that targets venture-funded SaaS businesses. That already sets you apart, but how are you going to prove your competency? Without case studies, customer testimonials, reviews, and hard numbers to back up your claims, it's not going to be easy to build a brand. Begin by solidifying your brand. Get testimonials from your best customers and write up convincing case studies that you can use in your marketing strategy. Once you have a solid brand in place, you can begin the actual work and hire a marketer to help you build brand awareness. But how exactly? Here are a few methods that you can try. In the SaaS world, a lot of founders are the brand. They've worked for many years on building it up, and their names are instantly recognizable. If you follow the same strategy, every new product or service will benefit from the same foundation of your brand. The tricky thing is that it's not the easiest strategy, as building a personal brand is quite difficult. Starting with networking, launching social media campaigns, being available to talk to people with similar interests, and lastly, exercising a lot of patience. Even then, not everyone will be able to build a personal brand that is well known, as most niches these days are already occupied. There's still merit in trying. A service or a product that has an active founder behind it seems more personal, easier to approach, and that works really well in the starting stages of a company. Building a community is another great way to create a strong brand. You can either decide between a closed-off one in Slack, for example, or an open forum-style community. The latter has the advantage that discussions can be indexed into search engines, which brings in more traffic towards your community and makes your brand awareness efforts easier. The tricky thing about communities is that you need to moderate them. Spam is not uncommon, competitors will want to promote their own agenda, and some people will want to openly discuss the things that they dislike about your brand. It's up to you to decide if this effort is worth it and leads to you finding potential customers. Communities have long-term effects and are often attracting people who want more information about a product or service. They are frequently in the face of gathering more information rather than focusing on growth. The good news is that your community members will educate others for free by telling their stories and linking to your available resources. At this point, they're not really a lead yet, but could become one in the future, and they will remember you for providing them with the help that they needed. Form partnerships with companies that have common interests with you. Staying with the content agency example, you could reach out to other agencies that do not offer this type of service, for example SEO agencies or web design agencies. Here are a few partnership ideas. Do a webinar on a topic of interest, sponsor a newsletter, community, or event, take over a partner's social media channels, launch a spin-off service with a partner, or offer a partner's service as an add-on to your services. Advertising is another activity that could be a part of your lead generation efforts. You'll have to spend money, and measuring the results is quite tricky, but platforms like X make it super easy to launch a marketing campaign. You could simply opt for sponsored tweets that bring attention to your brand, preferably something that sets you apart from your competition. You can also promote short 30-second video trailers that introduce your company, making it easier to digest. Make sure to adapt each ad to the platform that you want to launch it on. Some platforms, for example, require your videos to be in a 1:1 aspect ratio. With great content come many rewards, usually in the form of backlinks, social media mentions, or even partnerships. It also increases your brand's visibility as other companies are going to share your content, and to make it easier for them, create easily shareable content. For instance, put your logo on infographics and add an embed code that they can simply copy and paste into their content. Most companies create entire landing pages for their shareable content as the backlink is going to point back to it, which in turn increases your chance of getting it to rank for relevant keywords. After investing time and money into increasing your brand awareness, you're going to want to see results. But how do you measure brand awareness? One way is to look at search traffic. Do you notice a spike in a brand's keyword searches? You can also use a software that tracks brand mentions across the internet, for example on social media, in forums, or blogs. If people are increasingly mentioning you, then your awareness campaigns are making an impact. So what's the difference between brand awareness and lead generation? Both of these two things go hand in hand. Increasing brand awareness is necessary to build a successful lead generation funnel. Without anyone knowing your brand, the chances are pretty low that they'll buy anything from you. How does brand awareness affect lead generation? If there's no brand awareness, the chances of lead generation being effective are significantly lower. The more people recognize your brand, the easier it is for you to focus on lead generation and see actual results. Is lead generation in the awareness stage? According to the AIDA's buyer's journey, lead generation is one step below the awareness stage. Once people are aware of your brand, they are interested, increasing the chances of them buying something from you. So what are the main types of brand awareness? If we exclude the stage of not having brand awareness at all, there are 3 more stages: recognition, recall, and top of mind. And finally, what are the effects of brand awareness? Your brand becomes increasingly recognizable. People will slowly not only know your brand name, but will also associate it with a specific product or service. There are many challenges when it comes to lead generation. One of them is being unknown, which is why branding and lead generation go hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other. Well, you can, but it won't give you the results that you were hoping for. Here are the best practices to get a better understanding of why both of these marketing efforts are worth it and what to keep in mind. Increase your brand awareness efforts once you have a solid product or service. Build strong case studies and collect customer testimonials before launching lead generation campaigns. Double down on authority content marketing to increase your brand awareness. Identify prospects and score leads in order to focus on the right group. Your efforts can be measured if you're using lead generation software. In conclusion, brand awareness is the foundation of your lead generation efforts. The better your brand building, the more widespread your recognition will be when you begin lead generation. For a client portal software that helps you efficiently manage your agency, check out SPP in the description down below. And thank you for watching.